Hi, what up, Tycoons? Tycoon Leon here, and we're going to go over SPX, a brief analysis on how we possibly are at the top, and if not, we're possibly nearing the top. Okay, so what I want to go over is basically this is the monthly chart. Now, I'm saying this because in our group, the Tycoon Network Investment Group, for exclusive content, you can join there if you want to, join. You can comment below. But we've been calling this for like a year, all right? For at least a year or more, we've been saying exactly where we're going to go. And I'm going to show you something on why I say that. So we don't have one specific strategy. We have multiple strategies. We believe in, being like water, just like Bruce Lee said. So a lot of people, they might go in with Elliott wave and that's their strategy, or they might go in with, Fibonacci retracements, or some people have other strategies that they use, price action, what may have you, but ICT, SMT divergences, we learn a lot of different strategies and we just focus on a specific point in the morning and pick out the best probability on what's going to happen. So when we look at the monthly chart, each candle is 1 month, okay? So I think that we are closely mirroring 2007, in my opinion, which is thinking that we're going to come back down to around, I want to say, I think SPX is going to come back down to around 2,300, like 2,300 or 2,250 or something like that. I think that's exactly where we're going to come back down to, around 2,200 or 2,300, which would be pretty much a 50 or 50 or 60% drop from where we're at right now. So I would be close to around 60%. Um, in my opinion, it closely mirrors exactly what was happening around 2007, where we had the 2008 recession, but it wasn't called until 2008 around March. It topped out around 2007 November, as you can see right there. Okay. So that is November. November around October, November is when we topped out. And we started the recession almost 6 months or a year before we even called it in March. Okay. So are we at that level right now? We'll see, but let me show you what I see on the bigger picture. This right here could be an Elliott wave setup, and in the Tycoon Investment Group, we were saying from this bounce right here that we were in the wave five. So we were in wave five right here. Okay. So that's wave five of a bigger structure, of a major structure, which would be over a span of decades. So this would be the structure that we were seeing us being in wave five of. So a lot of individuals might be short-sighted, which is fine, but looking at the bigger picture tells you exactly what you want to see. So from here to here, that might have been like wave one. And then we have wave two around here to here, right? So boom, 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 ABC, right? And then we have wave three, which was a huge bullish run from March of 2009, right at the bottom of that 2007, 2008 recession. So right at that bottom, we started a huge bull run. All right, huge bull run that lasted what, um, decades, right? So it lasted, let's say 10, 15 years, right? Or 12 years, right? And that would be wave three. So boom, that would be wave three. Okay. Now, when we go a little closer, this would be wave four. That little drop right there that we had, that was supposed to be a recession, but they changed the definition of what a recession was. Literally happened. All right, so we have that drop, right? So we can see clearly that was wave four. and this would be the end of wave 5 that we're in right now from here to here. Now, I want to show you how, so let's say we don't know if that is the case. We don't know if that's the Elliott wave, right? Let's just take all of this off. All right. So, I'm going to go a little closer. Let's go to the daily chart. And this would be the start of wave 5. So within wave 5, we should see 5 waves. We should see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, wave 3 is supposed to be the longest or the largest wave in the whole structure. Um, that's what Elliott wave, usually occurs, right? So if we're looking at this and we're just trying to break this down, a lot of people have said, okay, boom, there's a um, rising wedge, right? We could say we could say that this here is a rising wedge. So we have boom and then boom. In my opinion, I wasn't looking at a rising wedge. To me, it more so looked like an ending diagonal. And an ending diagonal is similar to the structure that we see here. Uh, let's see if we can put one out. Okay, so we see the Elliott wave ending diagonal right here, right? So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, it looks like a hump, then another hump, then a rise, and then a drop, okay? And the drop looks like it's ending at the well, we're not gonna go there, right? So you see that's how it looks. Now, in my opinion, we got this right here. So that's 1, 2, that would be 3, 4, and then 5 was the one that ended that ending diagonal, in my opinion. All right. So I think this is going to drop down to right here because I believe this will be the end of wave 3 and the start of the downtrend, in my opinion. So that's the major support that is going to reach right here around 56.65. SPX, in my opinion, is going to drop to 56.65. Time span, don't know, but that's why you get like leaps. So you can, go a few weeks out, a few months out, and you can just swing it. All right. If you're day trading, then you're gonna have to go down the time span, but we'll get there. So in my opinion, this is the top, and I would go, I would say like 2026, 2027, or if you can go later on puts and just go that far out. That's what I would do because that's what it's looking like. Now, let's say we don't know if this is a Elliott wave structure and this is the wave 5. Now, what I will say is when you measure in fibs, right? So when you measure in fibs, it's supposed to tell you those Fibonacci retracements that you see to the left right here, right? Now, in my opinion, this is wave 1. Start from here. Wave 1. All right. This is wave 2. Coming back down here. This is wave 3. Boom. This is wave 4. Boom. And that is wave 5. Okay. Now, what I do want to say is wave 2 normally comes back down to around 50% to 61.8%, something like that. So if we go from low to high and measure the fibs, that's exactly where we came back down to around 50%. All right. And launched again. The wave 4 is supposed to come back down to around the 38.2% of wave 3. All right. So that's on average. So let's look at that. All right. Let's look at that. So it looks like from low to high of wave 3, we came back down to between 23.6 and a 38.2% retracement. Awesome. All right. So that tells us that that's possibly wave four. And wave five is normally like the between like the 1.2 and the 1.618% retracement of wave four. All right. So let's look at that. Let's go from high to low on this one. And would you know, ironically, we got rejected right at the 1.618% retracement of wave four. All right. Which would signify that this would not only be um, the last wave. So the fifth wave, the fifth minor wave of the major wave five, on that monthly chart. But also this would be the start of the downtrend due to it also possibly being an ending diagonal. All right. So we got multiple things that's showing us, boom, 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 that you know, we might be on the way down. All right. So that is what I wanted to, kind of mention. So when we look a little closer, let's exit these out. Boom, boom. All right. When we look at the short term, all right, because I could go long term and I could say from here to here where the major target would be, and it still wouldn't be major because, we have all of this to go. All right. But it might be a multi-year process. So if I'm going for a near-term major target, I'm gonna go from low to high. Boom, there we go. Tells us we can go somewhere around the 4,400 level. All right. Now we break all of this down into minor waves. So we could possibly drop to 4,400 over the next few months if this turns out to be the top. Now, that's that's not going to be like a short-term bottom. That's going to be, okay, we go there, then we bounce for a lower high to go lower. If I wanted to go even more short term, I would just grab this fib level right here and go from low to high. And boom, would you know it? We're gonna hit right around 54.62. That's the 61.8% retracement. 54.62 is where we're probably going to, tap. So 54.62. Ironically, that comes down to where I thought would be around the end of wave three. So remember I mentioned that I think we're going to probably come back down here. That is what the fib is also telling us. It's also telling us we're going to possibly come back down to around that area. So below this area, it's bottoms up. All right. I think that's it. Oh, one more thing. Actually, let's look at the monthly and alternative, right? So we see what happened in 2007, 2008. We also see what happened in COVID 2020. Now we had that bearish divergence on the monthly. We came back a little bit, made that wave for boom, rose again. I think we're more so mirroring 2007. Now you see we had that triple bearish divergence. We had boom, boom, boom. So we had that lower high, and then we started the descent. If that occurs right now, then we're just going to have a slight pullback, and then we're going to have another push to all-time highs, lower high right here on the stochastics, and then we have the major drop. So that is going to be the alternative. If we see it holding support and it not going lower, and then we, continue to push, then on that push, we should make a new all-time high, which would ultimately be the top and create our triple divergence right here. So we are looking for a pullback. We're looking for how low this pullback goes, and we are looking for a bounce. But if we create a new all-time high for that triple divergence that we saw on 2007, that would put us at the top. All right. So we're playing it by ear and we're going down to the daily, and then to the 4 hour, and we're playing everything by ear. All right. So we see we have on the 4 hour, it's pretty oversold, but I think we're, you know, kind of dancing around this area of support right here, which is the former resistance for the end of October. Below that, though, I think we can kind of uh, let's say see 57.80. But in my opinion, I kind of see us going down to like 56.80. Okay. So 56.80 to around 57.80 would be the area that I would watch for us to drop to. Um, and we'll kind of play it by ear and go from there. Okay. So that is going to be the analysis for SPX.